everyone, this is Seneva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at Race to the Raft, a new game from designer Frank West, published by City of Games.
It plays from 1 to 4 players in 40 to 60 minutes.
Yes, Race to the Raft is a puzzle game, a pure puzzle game basically. It's basically a kind of thematic sequel to a cool little game called Isle of Cats, which we enjoyed playing.
Yes.
And now we played this one. Did we enjoy it? You will find out in the next minutes of this video. And we continue. A Race to the Raft is then a puzzle game. Now, the bad guy from the first game has gotten to the island and set it on fire to kill all the cats. I don't know what he's getting from killing all the cats, but he's trying to do that. He's a bad man. We like the cats. Don't kill them. And now you have to puzzle to make the cats get to the raft. They're kind of racing there. It's not a racing game, but all the cats have to get there, and sometimes they have to get there in a specific order, or else they will die, I guess. I don't know. That's not thematically in the game, but sometimes they have to get there in order, or else. And while you're doing this, the fires of the island are getting closer and closer, and you are playing cards to move the cats around, playing the cards on to the table, because the cats can only move in their terrain, and then try to get them all the way to the raft. And if you can get all the cats to the raft before the fire burns them all to death. This is a very sad video now of all these cats, but you're trying to not make them die by fire, but sometimes they do. But if they don't, you win! And you can continue playing next scenario. You can also continue playing the next scenario if you do not win. It's not like, and then the game sets itself on fire when you lose. So, super simple, that's thematic. That's only thematically what you're doing. You're playing cards. You have these cards in your hand with different terrains on them. You are playing those cards down to then get to I said these things.
Yeah, you said these things.
You can, you're playing cards.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing basically. You draw some cards at the beginning of the round. You cannot talk too much. We can talk more about that. You cannot talk, we talk about that. And then you play the cards, and it's like not in order, so I can play 2 cards and you can play 1. You play the cards either to the table, to the board, or you discard them to move the cats. There's a basic variant and an advanced variant. We're going to talk about both of them. But before we do, we have played this game.
Yes.
We have looked at it with our eyes.
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about what your eyes saw when it saw this game?
Yes. It saw a colorful board with a lot of different terrains, like the cats in Isle of Cats, the different colored species of cats, and it also saw the burning fires. And I like that it is the same style, art style as Isle of Cats. Kind of a point. I have to warn you that there are less cats.
Yes, it's on there, and they're physical cats, not on the pictures.
Like the little wooden pieces cats. So not like any drawn cats in the things that you play.
No.
I wasn't like bothered by that, but I just think that you should know.
If you buy this game just to get like pictures of cats, go on the internet, make your own game called Pictures of Cats. There's enough pictures for everyone.
But I think the artwork works great, and it's easy to see which routes of the different terrains are available, and it's also easy to see what is fire and what is
fire.
It's walkable terrain.
Yes, I'm going to ask you something on the spot. Probably you can't answer it because you haven't thought about it. How would this be if you are colorblind? I'm going to call it colorblind. Is that called colorblind in English?
Color deficient.
Yes, because you know it.
Yes. I think it will work fine. I haven't checked out the green and the red, which are the main problems.
But they are very different. Like in the red has all of the trees.
Yes, I think that actually solves it.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
That was a great point.
Okay, Rulebook. This game has one. It's 20 pages long. It actually says on the back, color assistance.
Oh, nice.
Each of the 5 terrain types in Race for the Raft has unique features.
I love that.
To assist anyone who has trouble identifying different colors. Basically, the whole back page is all about how
that
it
is so thumbs up.
So
I love it.
If you are color deficient, you will then know that. The game has 20 pages, or the rulebook has 20 pages. It's basically pretty straightforward. A lot of air, like it's not like tightly packed. You can't see this. I don't know if you see it now either, because now I cannot see anything, but it's basically not tightly packed. Lots of pictures, great examples, pretty simple rules, because the gameplay in itself is pretty simple. There's also a campaign book, which is 23 pages of, I think, around 80 different scenarios that you can play. I don't remember if there is any play rates, but I don't think you need them. I don't think there are any play rates, but you're basically drawing cards and playing cards and repeating until you lose or win. So let's talk about losing and winning, but before that we also played the game.
Okay, cool.
With people.
Nice transition.
We actually didn't play it with other people, we played it with the two of us.
Yeah, just the two
And
player.
how long was the game?
Oh, we played it for like 15 to 30 minutes, which is shorter than the box says. But,
it's going to be longer if you play with more people.
Yeah, it's going to be long, but I think like 30 minutes for this game is top notch. That is nice.
And if you're playing like the simpler scenarios, of course, was towards 15.
Yeah.
And when we played the advanced mode, it was further toward a 30-minute game, but still not too bad. Let's talk about this game.
Yes.
This game is a puzzle co-op
and it's a co-op. We forgot to mention, but yeah, it is co-op.
Also, I forgot to mention, this is a review copy.
Yes,
sent us from the publisher. Sorry, try to remember it at the beginning.
And what makes it difficult is, for example, the limited communication.
Yes.
And also the limited time before the island burns to
It's not a real
shreds.
time.
No, thankfully. But I thought it was a little difficult to manage what can I say and when can I say it, because I have apparently a very hard time with that. You figured it out so quickly, and I was just like, I can move this and that, and you're not supposed to say that to me. But you have 2 tokens that you can flip to talk, which then I understood the concept a little more, I think.
Yes, and how one of them is normal, you can speak like a person, but the other one
is just meowing. But that actually works surprisingly well.
Yes, I love it.
How does that make sense? But it actually was fun.
And if you play with more than 2 people, not everybody's gonna get a talking. There's only 4 of them altogether.
No.
So if you play 4 people, 2 is only going to be able to meow
that
for
is
one of these things. Because basically, if somebody tries to do something and you disagree with them, for example, then you can use it to be like, meow, 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 meow. I'm a bit unsure if you can point. We didn't play that you could because then it wouldn't make any sense. You can all be like,
yeah, but you were like kind of with the fire talking, be like, and I said, meow, when you were at the right spot.
Yeah, when you play this kind of co-op game, sometimes you have to make your own little cheating things to make things work. So this game is basically has, as I said, around 80 scenarios, which are set puzzles. So basically, I'm pretty sure I read a couple of things online on the forums, which tends to look like they have kind of like solutions to all of these puzzles.
I like that.
But you mix it with the randomness of drawing cards and the fire tiles.
Yeah, I like that there are 4 different decks of cards, and you can see on the back what is the most likely to get. I don't know what the
There's like basically a percentage of each color in each of the decks.
Yes. So if I desperately need to move the yellow cat, I can draw from the deck with the most likeliness. No, that is not the word. But you get what I mean.
The most likely to have the color you need.
Yes. I like that. It mitigates the luck a little bit. And also, I think it's fun that the fire spread is not controlled. So you have to be prepared to...
Be prepared!
Place like every single burning tile, yes.
Yeah, because you are placing... When you place a card, you also have to draw a new fire tile. So there comes new fire tiles all the time, making the board tighter and tighter. And basically, as earlier said, when you play a card, you can either play the terrain or you can discard it to move a cat. And when you play the basic game, you can move the cat how long you will, or as long as you want to in their terrain. So you're trying to like build it up and then move it like as few times as possible. I really liked the advanced mode of the game, which I think like is, if you are into puzzle games and you like puzzle games and your brain is up for puzzle games, then the advanced mode, like if you play the basic mode, you'll be like, I like the basic mode.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying, but if you feel like, oh, that's super simple, go play the advanced mode because that adds a couple of new things. It adds that you can now only move up to 5 spaces with a cat, so you have to plan way more. It also adds this new cat, which is a white cat, that can only move on these pots.
Thin lines of white on the cards.
And it makes the puzzling so much harder. You're like,
That
oh,
was
no, I have
super-
something. And you're like, meh, didn't have anything.
It was super hard to move
Yes.
the white cat. And I also, you can only move like one cat one time around, which is very hard when you play the advanced version.
You can move it more, but then it costs more
Yeah,
cards.
that's true. That is a little hard for me to remember sometimes, but I like that rule as well. And I like that you can, if you think it's hard, play the non-advanced mode.
Yeah, and there's like, let's look at the campaign.
There very many scenarios.
A tutorial with 4, a practice with 4, then there is campaign 1, which is 8, then there's campaign 2 with 8, campaign 3 with 8, and campaign 4 with 8, and then you have the advanced tutorial of 5, and then you have 8, 8, 8, 8, and then you have like 4 with like the hardest advanced campaign.
Impossible mode.
Yeah, and it's like so much to do here, so many different puzzles. Like if you don't like the core thing, you're not gonna like the rest of them because it doesn't change the game too much. But like I loved it when it's like, as I said in the overview, kind of silly, that now we have to do it, but these two have to arrive before that,
that is
or now
super
this one has
tricky.
to arrive. All 3 have to arrive at the same time, and all of these things makes the game harder and so much bigger chance of you losing the game. So who do you think this game is for, and how?
I'm not
Oh, you
done.
have one
No,
more. Okay,
I
sorry.
have one more.
2 or 3.
I think it's cool. Sometimes it's super hard because you have, like, for example, the red and blue cat, but they're going to this and this space on the raft, and then you have to like first get one across, and then you have to destroy the path with another color. Sometimes you have 4 cats doing that.
Yes.
It's super duper hard sometimes, and that is that takes it to another level for my brain. I like that. I also enjoy the water tokens that you get in the advanced version.
Not only in the advanced.
Oh yeah, you can add them. It makes it a little easier. You can like extinguish a fire.
Yes.
Take it back.
Throwing some water at the fire.
Yes, basically. So you use up the water. That now we can move on. I
Yeah,
just wanted to talk about that.
So I would say this is kind of a light game.
Yeah.
The core rules are very, very simple. You're drawing cards and playing cards and not communicating too much when you do so. And the puzzles gets, of course, harder and harder and harder, which makes the game harder and harder, but the core rules are very simple. Obviously, you have to like co-op games.
Yes.
And you have to like
puzzles.
Puzzles.
Yes, but
if you hate puzzles,
it is a like pure puzzle game.
it's a very pure puzzle game. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't like puzzle games, then this is not for you. I would say for me, this I'm thinking like sitting playing this 4 people. Maybe some people like it, but for us, all of these kind of games, I think are better with 2.
I agree.
So I think this is going to be like a nice, cozy couples or good friends just sitting down and playing something that's not too serious, and just like a nice little time. You can play it many times in an evening. Great variability, all of that. I think it would fit great for that kind of game.
Yeah, and also the scenarios take not that long time. So if you lose, then you can be like, let's go again.
Yes.
Let's try to do it this time.
And you need to make a new plan basically to make it go, because you need to have plans. And then of course you can be lucky or unlucky like you can in co-op games, but you need the right plan to be able to solve the puzzle that is given to you.
Yeah.
So let's jump into some final thoughts for this game. Before we do, if you are here and you enjoy what we do, then you can help us out in a very big way. It might seem small, but it's big for us, and that is by giving us a victory point.
And you can give us that by clicking that subscribe button down below. You can also click the bell button to get notifications every time we post a new video.
Ding! Final thoughts time, you go, because you go first.
I enjoy this game. I really like puzzles, and I thought this was a fun puzzle. I think we lost one time or something.
Yeah.
We didn't get into the really hard stuff.
I think we played like 10 to 15 times. I don't remember exactly.
But there was some close calls a few times. I really enjoyed how our brains have to think, and but you were...
Close enough, like how our brains had to think.
Yeah, that is... I stand by that sentence. So I feel like even though I had fun, I'm not like compelled now to play it again and again to get better at the puzzle. I'm just like, oh, that was fun to try. But I think it's a good game, but I'm unsure if I want to keep it because I'm unsure if I want to prioritize it above other games.
Yeah.
So right now it's at a 7 for me, which is a good game, but maybe not a keep.
Yeah, so I agree with you basically everything you say. It's a 7 for me as well. I had fun playing it. I wouldn't mind playing it again, but we say this so many times that we are not normal consumers of games. So most games we play them, we review them, and then we never play them again. That is kind of how it works. But for me, it's a 7, which means it's a good game. I don't need to keep it because it's not one that I will feel like, oh, we don't have it anymore. But I wouldn't be sad to play it again.
Yeah, I
Had
agree.
fun with my experience. Happy that we played it. And now on to other games.
You don't have a burning desire to play it again?
Burn the cats. Bye! That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings. And bye-bye. No cats for harm during this video. Bye!